Well, welcome everyone to a new series we're doing here at Growth U called Meet the Advisor. I'm Denise Mend. I'm one of the master trainers and mastery advisors at Growth U. And joining me is Kim Nolan from Connecticut in the US. Kim, what city is it for you that you're in?
I live in Waterford, Connecticut.
Waterford, thank you. I know Connecticut, but anyway, I'm up in Canada, and you have to bear with me with my US geography. And the reason that I wanted to invite Kim today, she's one of our most heart-led leaders, and she graciously agreed to come on and chat a little bit about what drew her to Growth U. And before we chat about that, I just wanted to, many of you who watch on YouTube or on our Instagram or on our Facebook may not have taken programs with us. And so you may not really understand, like, what is it that we do at Growth U and what do we have here? Well, there's so many programs that support people in feeling better in all sorts of ways. And one of our most popular programs is really growth mastery. So what people have done is they've taken a program, they love the process of changing with habits and just changing little bits at a time and conditioning something new in their lives. And more importantly than that, they found a community where we all work on this together. And so we meet once a week, and many of you have seen Rod Harrison's videos on any of these platforms where he talks about different concepts around personal growth. And did you know that you can get into mastery and listen to him speak a couple times a month, along with other master trainers in our group that present on all sorts of amazing topics around your health, around your career, around your relationships. So, and then after those lessons once a week, we also meet with advisors and people get to talk about what they're working through. And I think this is one of the most powerful parts of our community is when we gather together and we grow together. And I know Kim, Kim, first of all, tell us when you started in Growth U.
So I came in back in 2018, fall of 2018, winter of 2019.
Yeah, and so what first drew you to Growth U?
So back then, I was really struggling with a trauma in my life. We went through a situation where we waited many years to become parents. And unfortunately, we had lost the adoption process after 5 years of waiting. And I was in a really deep, dark place at that point in my life. And I knew I needed change and I knew I needed something to move me forward. And I didn't know what I needed. And I found Growth U and I found programs that supported me in making me believe that I can create change for myself to move forward in a really healthy and a happy way. And I absolutely loved the process. I loved the accountability that I felt to move each day little by little, inch by inch. And then I was encouraged to join Growth Mastery's community with a beautiful community of like-minded people that wanted the same things to just grow and to share their stories and their struggles and their wins and their triumphs and to just be supported and to know that you weren't alone no matter what you were moving through, good or bad, right or wrong. There was no judgment. It was just beautifully supported. And like I said, we were able to do it week by week, inch by inch, in all different areas of our lives. And I realized that when I came in, I was not just unhappy in that one area of my life. I was utterly unhappy in multiple areas of my life. So to have this community of people to give me space, to allow me to realize that I could start to dig deep and start to uncover these things to allow me to discover what I needed to start to move through to become who I wanted to be was a beautiful thing to do.
So then you decided to become an advisor after, being a participant and working on your own growth, which by the way, we all continue to do, even though we're trainers and advisors. So what led you to wanting to be an advisor?
Oh my goodness. Once I started with these programs and realized the value that they had, I knew immediately, right from the beginning, almost in the first program, that I wanted to be an advisor, that I wanted to help and support people in any capacity that would move them to be able to shift from the pain that they were feeling to the joy that they could have in their life. Because I started to feel that. And
Mm,
that's what I wanted. I wanted to inspire people to go after their dreams, their passions. And I wholeheartedly believed in the very beginning, from the first program, that I would be an advisor. And I
mm,
held on to that. And that did come to fruition because of the belief of the community and the team and the leadership. And they allowed me to be able to become that process all along. So it was just something I had in my heart. I believed wholeheartedly that I wanted to support other people to move away from whatever they no longer wanted to hold on to or no longer wanted to suffer in, and move into a space that allowed them to feel love, joy, happiness, peace, fulfillment, success, achievement, whatever it is, all the above, whatever it is that they wanted to. That is what really pushed me, because I knew the value that these programs had given me, the gift of what they had given me back. Because for the longest time, I never thought I would be able to move out of that space. I thought I was always going to be stuck. I thought there was no hope at one point. And looking back where I was and where I am today is 180-degree turnaround. I am not the same person I was 5 years ago, not by a long shot. I am a much happier person. And that's the reason I wanted to be an advisor, was to give that same gift that was given to me, I wanted to pass along to other people.
I love that, Kim. And listen, we know we're not saying that we are always happy and always joyful. There are still struggles, right? We
Oh, sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
and how do you feel like when struggle does come, which it always will, we know that life will throw us things, whether it's with family or friends or work or the world. How have the skills and tools you've learned for yourself and then supporting others, how have they helped you when struggle comes today?
Oh, what a great question. So, I definitely didn't want to mislead anybody. And by saying that struggles don't happen, life happens, struggles happen day in and day out. And I'm so grateful for the tools and models that I've learned, because we do know struggles do happen every day. And the tools and models that I've been gifted with in these programs and through mastery is absolutely crucial to be able to give me that awareness. I've been
Mm,
able to learn because of the incremental process that we have and the community that supports us and the sharing, to be able to lean on that. And just I've learned to be able to be accustomed to just learning and leaning on that. Now I can use those in the moment, trust the process, and just know that I have everything that's within me because of the models now. I just lean on them totally unconsciously at this point, because I've been doing the work, I've been practicing it, I've been living it, and I believe in it because, like I said, I've been able to do them day in and day out for years now. It's just
yeah.
natural. So it's been a really beautiful gift.
Mm. And I love what you said about how, it becomes an unconscious process, right? That it's awareness that, oh, here's what I'm dealing with, and here's something that I know can support me in choosing what I want to feel about it and learning what I need to learn about it. Because every challenge, there's a lesson, isn't there? Yeah. So Kim, one of the programs that we love that's coming up is called Mood Boosters, and you're going to be advising it. So, what do you love about Mood Boosters?
Oh my goodness. Mood Boosters is one of my favorites. I mean, there's so many, but Mood Boosters is one of my favorites because it's one of our more different type of programs. It creates beautiful states. We go through real fun in this one. We embrace 10 different emotional states that allow you to be who you want to be in the moment in a beautiful, fun way. There's videos that we have two of our master advisors and trainers that literally create fun spaces for you. They're energized, they're energetic, they tell you the reasons why you want to be in these beautiful states. And it's just a program, like I said, none like our other ones. It's really energizing. It's really fun. It's just a program that allows you to practice being in the moment every day,
Mm,
in a new way, in a beautiful space, and then, excuse me, you get to layer them. You get to really just. I think the most important part is just to have so much fun in this. It's
mhm.
energizing. It's just a beautiful space to practice
Yeah.
really being in the present moment in a really grateful state.
I love it. And not only our beautiful models, but it has some amazing music in it, written by one of our advisors, and which is incredible. So uh, know that there'll be some details about the program in the comments on these platforms where we'll post this video. So Kim, anything else you want to tell people um, about why Growth You and particularly the mastery community would be a good fit for them to come and try?
What a beautiful question, Denise. I think for me, in full transparency, initially was afraid of growth mastery because of the accountability. And one of the things that I realized is that we're accountable in life regardless if we know it or not. So, growth mastery, when I joined, gave me a beautiful space to be accountable for the things that I said that I wanted to do in a way that I was in control of the things that I wanted to do because I wanted to do them because I wanted to feel a certain way. I wanted to feel loving. I wanted to feel in alignment with a certain inner peace with myself. I wanted to feel like I was contributing at a really high level. And I always felt like I was being persuaded by the external forces of the outside world. And what I realized is that growth mastery gave me the confidence that was already within me. It
Mm,
just provided me the tools and the resources in a beautiful, like-minded community to be able to follow through with the things that I said that I wanted to do. And
mm,
now I'm living a life that I enjoy to the fullest with gratitude. And like I said, there's no there. There's always going to be struggles. There's always going to be challenges. There's always going to be obstacles. And yet, being in this community, it allowed me to still do the things that I wanted to do and am doing, and still understand there's beauty in both. You must have the contrast in life to be able to enjoy the beautiful moments. And this community has allowed me to do that. I can show up in my most vulnerable states, in the most safest place, to be able to share the most hardest things that I'm going through. And there's no judgment because we're all going through something similar and yet in beautiful different ways. So
mm,
I think the most powerful thing about this community is that we're all uniquely different and yet going through one of the most similar journeys in this process.
mm,
So it allows us to go through, enjoy, and become who we ultimately really feel deep down inside of us. We all have passions and desires and goals, and this community allows us to reach those in our most beautiful, timely way. So that's one of the biggest gifts that Growth Mastery has actually given to me. And that's one of the most beautiful things that I just hope that we can kind of pass on to everybody else.
mm. Yeah, I love that, Kim. Well, thank you for sharing your vulnerable story, because I know that sometimes it's hard to talk about things that feel uncomfortable. And you, I mean, I've known you for many years, and you are, I think, one of the most vulnerable people I know in not only supporting yourself through these struggles, but also in turn supporting others by sharing your story. So I thank you. I thank you for being one of my favorite advisors. And to all of you that are watching, know that if you are interested in doing something like growth mastery, message us through these platforms, and we'd be happy to chat and support you in whatever you feel you want to feel better in. So much love. Thank you, Kim, and look forward to another Meet the Advisor soon. Bye, everyone.